What's up, everybody? Cletus Farmer here. You are on the Cletus Farmer Network. This is the special live edition of the Take It Home podcast. As you can see, I am not joined by my co-host, Paul Zartman. He was not available today, unfortunately. Life happens. I get it. Not a big deal. Gonna give it a few minutes to let people that want to join. I also need to make a post on Facebook. That probably would help. But, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like my first live podcast, so it happens. Just wait a few minutes. Let people come in that want to come in. We're going to go over... I'm a little nervous. I'm sorry. So we are going to go over last night's PLE, Premium Live event from, I don't know why it keeps doing that, from WWE Payback. I chose to watch it live. My wife watched it with me, which I was really appreciative of because she gives a different opinion. I tend to watch things and be a little bit more critical because of the fact that I've been a wrestler. So there are things that I see and I'm just like, and she's just like, oh, that was awesome. And I'm just like, okay. Yeah. We are also going to talk about AEW All Out that is in Chicago, Illinois tonight. And of course, the big thing that makes that so ironic, CM Punk has been fired by AEW. Tony, come on, man. You're in Chicago and you fire the most over pro wrestler in Chicago the day before your freaking show. Like, wow. That makes sense to me. Just going to give it a little bit of time here. Let some people come in. I know a few people are wanting to watch. I can't find the link to copy, so I'm just going to use my phone and do it this way. Sorry for the silence there. Okay. Put that down now. I know one person, judging by what I just read, is very happy that CM Punk is not in AEW anymore, and that is one of the owners of RCW, Melissa Day. Melissa, we're friends. Like, I don't want to fight with you, but you got to see it from both sides. Like, yeah, I understand he caused a lot of problems. I get that. But at the same time, it's kind of funny that a year after the first incident happens, one of the Young Bucks buddies starts some more crap. And now Punk is gone. And from what I just read, I kind of understand where Tony was coming from. But at the same time, I would have waited until after Chicago. Cheers. Coffee. All right. Let's get down to business. WWE Payback last night. Pull up the card real quick. Sorry about the little noises I make. I have ADD, undiagnosed, so I self-diagnosed myself. And I tend to do weird stuff like that. WWE Payback. Oh. Sorry. I make little noises with my mouth like that too. I don't do it on purpose. I'm just weird. Pull up Bleacher Report. That's the best one to go with, in my opinion. So the show started with Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a steel cage. I was not looking forward to this match. We have a family chat on Snapchat with a bunch of our kids, basically. They're former Grace College students that we've somewhat adopted, but not legally. And, you know, they're our kids, my wife and I. We have a group chat, and I made the comment that Becky had to dumb down her wrestling ability to work with Trish. For her time, Trish was, you know, good. I'm not going to say great, but for her time, Trish was good. If you were to put Trish at that age with the women of WWE now, she doesn't stand a chance. Like, just my opinion, but her skills just aren't there. Like, it just doesn't match up. So I was not really looking forward to the match. I was pleasantly surprised. I will say that. I predicted that Trish was going to win with help from Zoe. I was wrong. I was wrong quite a bit last night. Overall, it was a good match. There was a couple spots where I was like, ooh, Jesus. That knot on Trish's forehead. Damn. Becky really like rammed her into the cage quite a bit there. So it was a good opener. It was a hot opener. The crowd loved it. That's the important part. I think the timing on it was good, like bell to bell, just right amount of time. The high spots in it were, you know, just that, high spots. So overall, it was a good match for what it was. You took somebody from the Attitude Era, a diva from the Attitude Era, and put her in with a wrestler from the modern era. So it was what was to be expected. The next match on the card was LA Knight versus The Miz with special guest referee John Cena. I'm not really sure what they're doing here. I don't know if they're going to work towards Cena and LA Knight at Mania or something. Match sucked. I did not like it. My wife didn't like it. It was I don't get why The Miz still works the way he does. He can afford to take some risks, but he chooses not to. Audibly all night, you could hear people calling spots. Yes, I know what to look for, so it makes it a little difficult, but I don't know. I was not entertained. LA Knight gets the win. They tease him and Cena on the aisleway. So again, I don't know where they're going with that. If they're going Cena, LA Knight, Mania, Rumble, whatever. It was an okay match. Just okay. Yeah. So the next match on the card, what was it? Was it the tag match? I believe so. I believe the next match was the WWE Tag Team Championship Steel City Street Fight between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Judgment Day. I was really happy with this match. The swanton from the balcony, I was legitimately worried that Kevin Owens wasn't going to be able to get back up. He bumped on straight concrete. Yeah, he got, Finn on the table and he hit him with his upper body, but waist down was all concrete. And that's wow. So overall, it was a good match. Lots of spots. I predicted that Judgment Day was going to lose, and I was wrong. Running theme. I thought for sure that Priest and Balor were going to come to some type of argument, and Balor was going to end up costing them the match. That was going to, tease some more dissension in the ranks there, but Judgment Day picks up the win. They are your new undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions. Next match after that was, I believe, Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory. I thought for sure that Dominic was going to get involved and cost Rey Mysterio the match, and once again, I was wrong. It was a good match. It reminded me a lot of Rey when he was younger. I have had the privilege of being able to see a lot of his stuff from his younger days live. I've always liked Rey Mysterio. I've always, enjoyed watching him wrestle. Still, one of my all-time favorite matches is him versus Eddie Guerrero from Halloween Havoc. I can't remember the exact year. I just know that he was wearing the Phantom gear, and it was a really good match. Last night's match was really good. I'm not a fan of Austin Theory, but I respect the hell out of the guy because he's making his way. He was Vince's boy, and he ate a lot of shit, and now he's coming back from it, which is good. I'm not saying he deserved it, but he didn't give up. He kept pushing, and now they're pushing him. So, Rey Mysterio picked up the win. I'm pretty sure that they're going to eventually do some teasing of a heel turn, not from Mysterio, but the other guys in the LWO, just because they're better heels. So the next match was Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Yeah. This match was horrible. Like, Rhea tried. Rhea deserves somebody that could actually perform at that level that is with her. Raquel was not there last night. She got lost several times. Like, you could very easily tell that she was like, crap, I don't know what I'm doing. It happens. I get it. I've been there myself. Sorry, I had to check something real quick. But it was what it was. Rhea won, obviously. She had to have Dominic's help. I don't get that. I think they could have had her go over clean, but they're wanting to set up a story. I get it. You're continuing the story. But Raquel didn't have her. If she would have, had her in a predicament where she was going to beat her and then Dominic got involved, okay. But Raquel didn't have her. She just didn't have her. Yeah. Again, Rhea Ripley wins. No shocker there. Yeah. The main event. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins. I was really entertained with this match. I wasn't aware of Seth Rollins' back issues. Then again, I don't watch Raw or SmackDown because I don't have cable TV. And yes, there are ways that I could watch it. I don't have time. I'm lucky if I have enough time to, watch what I do watch in the week. So, really, really, really good match. And I thought for sure that they were going to do a cash in. I did see some digital exclusive this morning when I got on the computer that they're going to continue this because they had Shinsuke attack Finn. They had Shinsuke attack Rollins in the aisleway after the show went off the air, which kind of missed an opportunity for all the people that did the buys. Like, yeah, that, my opinion. So that will definitely continue. It'd be interesting to see when they do have Priest cash in his Money in the Bank. I think last night would have been a good time for it, but I don't know. Maybe they don't want to do back-to-back cash-ins since they just did one at the last PLE. So that was WWE Payback. All Out is tonight. The card has changed and has been added to. I'm not even sure what the card is anymore. And the funny part is I recorded an episode just in case I couldn't do this today. And then I had the wonderful idea of trying to do it live later on. And it took me a minute to find the card yesterday. And I'm sure it has changed since yesterday. So right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 matches. For the TNT Championship, Luchasaurus, who is the champion, versus Darby Allin. Darby Allin probably is going to win. If he doesn't, it's going to be because Christian got involved and, helps Luchasaurus win, obviously. 8-man tag match, FTR and the Young Bucks versus the Bullet Club Gold, which is Jay White, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn. It's not the match everybody wanted, but whatever. FTR and the Bucks are going to end up fighting, obviously. The Bucks are probably going to leave FTR hanging, and they're going to lose the match. Then FTR are going to go after the Bucks. It's going to set up something for the next show, next pay-per-view, or whatever. And you'll get another Bucks versus FTR. This time the Bucks will go over, and they'll take the tag titles because they have to have the belts. I'm not a fan of the Young Bucks. I'm sorry. Next match, ROH World Television Championship, Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor. Samoa Joe, obviously. That's the no-brainer. And then we have Eddie Kingston and Shibata versus the Blackpool Combat Club members Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. I don't know how to call that one, but I'm pretty sure that Claudio and Wheeler are going to go over, and it's going to set up Eddie versus Claudio, because Eddie is the New Japan Openweight champion and Claudio is the ROH champion, so they're going to do a belt for belt. That's just what I see happening there. Next match, Miro versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I really want Hobbs to pick up the win on this one, but it's going to be Miro. Not even looking forward to that match. I'm not watching the show, to be honest with you. TBS Championship. Let me try that again. Chris Statlander versus Ruby Soho. I think it's Ruby's time to have a belt, so Ruby's going over. And Chicago's a perfect spot for her. So it's right around the corner from, the company in South Bend that kind of helped start her, RCW. Anyways, next match, Kenny Omega versus Takeshita, or as Jim Cornette likes to call him, Takeshita. Omega's going to lose this one. Don Callis is going to get involved, and it's going to cause a bunch of bullshit. Yeah. Next match, ROH Tag Team Champions, Better Than You, Bebe, versus the Dark Order. This is a joke match. Do I even need to predict a winner? Shouldn't be happening on a pay-per-view. Stupid. And we have Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley for the AEW International Championship. Moxley's going to win this one because it's time for Orange to take a break so he can heal. Plain and simple. I do know that they signed on Collision last night, because I saw it all over Instagram. Daniel Bryanson versus Ricky Starks in a strap match. I made this comment to my wife, and I'm going to make it here now. I find it very ironic that CM Punk gets fired or leaves. He left WWE. Daniel Bryan took his spot. He gets fired from AEW. Bryan Danielson takes his spot. Just push the American Dragon. That simple. Just push him. He's obviously worth it. So, that is the AEW All Out pay-per-view that is tonight. My thoughts on CM Punk. If the guy was causing that many problems, he should have never been brought back. If your EVPs cancel on a sit-down meeting the morning of that you were supposed to be trying to work everything out, that's a problem. And that problem isn't on Punk's side. He was willing to meet with them. He was willing to talk things out. They weren't. They go on fucking Twitter, and I'm sorry for the language. They go on Twitter, they poke little fucking jabs. It's stupid. Punk should have been let go the first time, in my opinion. Should have never brought him back if it would cause that many problems. You put him in charge of Collision, your ratings went through the roof, better than Dynamite, better than Rampage. But he's a problem. He focused more on traditional wrestling and the traditional style. They didn't like it. He had to go. Okay, I'll get off my high horse now. So this is going to be a short episode this week. Please check back next week for hopefully myself and Paul, because not having anybody to feed off of is really hard to do anything. So thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we will catch you on the flip side.